in the beginning, she's like, okay, now get ready. First step, set your alarm for 5. And then she's like, just kidding. I'm like, oh, thank God. Cause like, I was ready to be like, I'm not reading this book. Right. Like she did the thing that I was afraid of reading the book about. And then she was like, just kidding. And I was like, oh, perfect. Because like that keeps me in. Like
It makes her
She's very real.
Yeah. Totally real.
She just seems
Totally.
it's easy to read. And I feel like it's all the stuff that like I think like pretty much everyone I know also has this problem. It's super relatable and super I love how she's also she like rips on herself about some first book she wrote. She like
and how bad it was
on herself about it. It's like I haven't read this book, but it's like I want to read this book a lot. Like how bad is it?
I know she's like, but I did it. I finished. I like that too because
it sucks and I hate it, but I'd like to bring it up for you all to look at it. It's like, should we read it? Yeah.
But I like that too because I'm such a finisher. I don't start anything I don't finish, right? As I mentioned before. So yeah, I like that she's like, I just finished it anyway. Like I knew as I was writing that this is so crappy, but I'm just gonna finish it so it's done and I'll start a new one. Like I kind of like
dress rehearsal style.
We're talking about like a time management book, and I have not got the book yet because
you don't even have the book.
So I started reading Sarah's. I've literally read like 2 pages. I did read reviews. Thing is, I was this person. I used to before I was in like I'm like when I'm single, I'm so productive. Before I was like when I'm not dating somebody, I used to get up before high school every day, and I used to do like 200 push-ups and like 200 sit-ups, and like I used to do yoga, and I used to do
you really do 200 push-ups
every day, full ones.
Yeah.
I started with 25. I used to get up every day and do yoga before work, but then I had kids and they get up at like 5, and I'm always like, go to sleep, stop waking me up. But I think I can do it.
Mare's feels just with her talking about just general life and sleep. I feel like yours should be like, you should allot, if they go to bed at 8:30, then 8:30 to 9:30 should be your no talk.
He wants to do stuff
done.
too.
Yeah.
They've been getting better because he'll be like, I want to draw, and I'll be like, because I'll be like, you want to play a game? Do you want to do this? Do you want to do that?
Oh, so you're a little problem child for you.
Well, it depends. Like I'm like, what do you want to do? And they'd be like, I want to draw. I'm like, okay, great, I'll play the piano or whatever. Like
But you can do that. You can do individual things in the same room and be creative together without having to do something together. You're still bonding.
I think the hard thing too is that we would like to do things together, but also part of me is like, right now my kids are very demanding, but my oldest is going to start school soon, and one day they won't need me as much as they want to be around me all the time. And also one day it'll be more reasonable to get a babysitter, and we'll be able to go out and do something together. It's just like this year and a half to 2 years has been.
Oh, so maybe it is that your 4% fix is couple time.
Well, that's the thing. That's like, we choose couple time, and then sometimes we choose our own time, right? Like I'll read and he'll draw.
There's no rule about it has to be alone.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. It's like each day, it can't be every day. But I think I can do this because
you could be coffee fucking.
Hot coffee time.
You're gonna have hot coffee time.
You can have hot coffee too.
Hot. What was it? Creamy
early in the morning
foamy
or late at night?
Hot and creamy.
I hope it's not too frothy.
That may be a problem.
God. Unless it's a cappuccino.
I don't even know what that means.
I don't know. It doesn't sound healthy.
It sounds like someone needs medical care.
So you guys are like, then I was like, I feel like I'm being a naysayer, and then I realized like I've done this. I can do this.
You totally can, and like the book. Once you read the book, then you'll be like, okay, and you'll be like.
It was like when I read Women Who Run with the Wolves, and I was like, yeah, young Meredith did all sorts of stuff. I should just start doing my creative stuff again. Because again, like Kara was saying, you get into this like routine as like you have all these roles. You just gotta like carve out time to do it. Like when I was in my 20s, I wrote a novella.
Ooh.
I don't know. I gotta read it. It's terrible.
What was it, the claymation that you did?
The claymation video?
Yeah,
that was good.
Amazing
So
stuff.
good.
And that was with Dan. So maybe you come up with some creative ideas. If you want to have bonding time and creative time, you could always combine it and do something. That's
Eh?
fun, right?
Is it on YouTube, that thing? Because I'd love to
It
post
is.
that.
Yeah.
It's hilarious. It's a video of this like
It's
a
claymation.
raccoon, and it's
Yeah.
claymation.
Raspy
eventually-
raccoon
yes.
meets playful dog is what it's called. The raspy
Yeah,
raccoon
but
meets the
it's a
playful
very
dog.
gruesome end. So
Very.
so be prepared for the ending.
It's really great though. It's so great.
And you were like, yeah, we had a few days off work because we both had, like, what was it? You had, like, surgery in your mouth or
I
something?
got 2 wisdom teeth removed, and I got a major infection all the way down to here.
Oh my
Like,
God.
and I was like, it was like this. I was like I kind of have a turkey neck anyway, but it was like swollen from here to here. It was like I looked like a pelican. I told him my dentist, I was like, I'm in a lot of pain still, and I look like this. I went
My
in
neck
and
is
I got this
missing.
rash. He's like, we need antibiotics. I was like, oh, he's like, this is really bad. I was like, okay. So I was in a lot of pain, and I was at
Sorry.
home.
Like, you're telling me I'm turning into a bird.
I was like, we don't need to like improve the comparison. I already looked very bird-like, right?
Yeah.
Like the beak and the
I prefer to
turkey.
look like this bird, not a pelican.
I want to look like a turkey. I don't want to look like a pelican.
Yeah.
For when I'm 80. I'm not there yet. Yeah, so we did a claymation. I was like, we've always wanted to do claymation since I can't go anywhere.
I know, you're like, why not now? As I metamorphosize.
Yeah, gosh.
Oh,
Oh, now I'm excited thinking about the things that we can do.
Book interrupted.
I'm on the ferry and I just saw a whole bunch of dolphins swimming by. Isn't that really cool? I'm trying to take a video of them for you, but every time I go to take the video, they don't pop up. But I'm gonna try to go, wait, hold on. Here it is, they're somewhere. Okay. No, they're not popping up for you.
Book interrupted.
All right, Lindsay, what do you use your because you already do this. So what do you use your hour
Yeah.
for?
I first started with coffee. I just wanted to sit out on my back deck, look out at my beautiful pool and drink my coffee. And I just wanted that time without kids. And my kids are early risers. Like I don't think they've slept in till 7 since they were born up until just a couple weeks ago. It's always been between 4:30 and 6 since then. So it's hard to get up earlier than them. So now that they started through COVID sleeping till 6, I decided, well, hey, I can use this book and start getting up at 5. And then it gives me that little bit of time. And it started at 5:30. I would get up at 5:30. Sometimes I would snooze a little bit. And then finally I'd be thinking to myself while I still lied in bed, like she described in the book, and thought about sitting on my deck with my coffee, and that would get me out of bed. And then it started to turn into fitness because, like I said, it's hard to find time for that in any part of the day. And it just sort of branched off from there.
So you do your fitness now in the mornings. That's
I
the
do.
time. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Is it
Good for
partially
you.
because of the puppy? Because that's like one of the reasons I wanted a dog, because I used to go out all the time and I also felt obligated to. And then me and the dog had a great time.
Yeah.
And at night, no one's up, it's dark out, even in the winter, you just like have to walk faster. You
Yeah.
know?
Do you
My
take
dog
the-
is pretty small. It's a pug, so she doesn't need a lot of walking.
Oh, and she was slow. too.
No.
But
beautiful.
even still,
Just like, she's like, don't go so fast, I can't breathe.
This is going to be super hard for me because as most of you know, 10 a.m. is pretty much the time I get up every morning. And that's me getting up early at 10 a.m. And one of the reasons, because I work in restaurants, so oftentimes I'm working till 1 or 2 in the morning. So if you're working till 1 or 2 in the morning, I ain't getting up at 5 a.m. And I mean, Laird and I joke all the time when he gets up, because he gets up early, that's the middle of the night. And even if he gets up at 7 a.m. or 8 a.m., I joke that he's getting up at the middle of the night because so I might set my alarm for 9 a.m. instead of 10 a.m.
I was going to
Start
say,
I wanna do that.
5, just an hour earlier
Yeah.
than you do.
Well,
Mhm.
exactly. So I think I'm going to do that just to try. And I love in the book, she talks about set your alarm and then get out of bed, which for me, if I set my alarm at 9, I will lay in bed till 11. If I set my alarm at 10, I'll lay in bed till 11. And I learn Italian. I like do stuff. But I also check my email, which we just talked about. I should, so why not set my alarm for 9, get out of bed at 9, and use that extra hour. I mean, you all know I have 3,000 creative projects on the go all the time. I'm painting and I'm writing, and I'm also do not have children. And I also have my Laird who gets up early and it has lots of other projects as well. So it's just me. So for me, I have a ton of time during the day. I don't need to get up an extra hour early to find time, unlike the rest of you. I mostly have all my own mean time until I go to work at 5 p.m. and then I work at night. So, but I also think it might be really great for me to do that extra hour. And, you know, I've been writing this one book about zombies and a pandemic and all this stupid stuff that I've been writing. Maybe I'll use that extra hour to actually, because it's hard as a writer, you know, writers write. It's that whole thing in which she talks about a lot really resonates with me, because as a writer, you can't call yourself a writer if you don't write. And it's like, writing is not something that's an inspiration. It's a joke if anybody ever thinks that they're like, oh, I thought of this novel when it came out of me in 3 days. Like maybe that happens to a few people, but most writers will, you know, have to sit down every single day and put the time in and put the effort, and all the time your first book sucks. I've already written a novel that is so bad that nobody will ever see it. Like, so
I
want to see it.
Oh no. Nobody will ever see it. But that's
I want it.
Yeah,
I want to read that.
so I have many passions, but I think I'm going to try this. I'm going to try to get up at 9 a.m. instead of 10 or 8 a.m. maybe, you know, like I won't get up before
Don't
that.
push it.
probably.
Yeah. Don't push it.
But still, like, that's
imagine.
awesome. Like, that's exactly what it is. I mean,
Spend
you
that
work
time.
at night, so 9 is your 5. Like, whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I can't go to bed at 9 because that's like I'm busy at work at 9.
Yeah, imagine.
You know.
Excuse guys, I gotta take a
Sorry.
break. I gotta go to bed.
I'm reading this book. The book is telling me that I have to get up at 5. So sorry.
Could you imagine?
I'm done now.
There's something to be said about having like a certain amount of time set aside for a specific thing.
Now,
Yeah, I always like, because I'm like super time management person, and when I was younger, I used to pack too much in to my life. So I would start realizing I didn't have enough me time, like healthy time, that I would schedule my me time. Be like, okay, so what I'm going to do today? Okay, I'll do yoga. So I started scheduling, I'm going to read, or I'm just going to spend a night. Like, I'd have to schedule it into my daytime, and I'd be like, oh, what's up that? Oh, that's my me time. Like, it might be different every day because I was that person filling everything in, but I learned to schedule the me time, or I would just, if somebody asked me to do something, I'd be like, yeah, sure, I can do that. Because I'm a people pleaser, so I'd just say yes. And then all of a sudden I'd be burnt out.
Because I'm like Sarah and I like scheduling stuff, is I write it. Now I still use like a tactile, like I use a schedule, like a paper schedule, not my phone. And I would, if it's like things like that tend to like get chewed up, I write it in pen, because there's nothing I hate more than like a messy schedule.
Yeah, like scratching
Like,
out
oh, so
that
you-
pen.
Totally
Yeah.
scratching out.
You
I get
use
it.
It's like-
pencil for the most part in your scheduler?
Well, I have to because like of clients, and you know that I can't help, they fluctuate sometimes, like people reschedule, but for like certain things that are like me stuff, I'll write it, I'm like, it's in pen. Or if it's really important, it's highlighted too. And then I like really can't, and without getting a new page and starting over.
I would do with different colors. Like, I would do the same thing.
I
Everything
love
was in
scheduling.
pencil. And then things that I wanted to make a priority that I didn't want to scratch out, I'd put in pen, and it was like personal time. I'd be like in blue, and then in black would be something else.
No, I love this. It's so good.
Now I use a phone calendar, like an electronic calendar.
I
But even
can't do
then,
it.
my electronic
I like that.
calendar's all color coded.
Oh my
So
God, Sarah, we should
wonderful.
never get married.
We'd wake up and
Yeah.
be like, okay,
We have-
let's write our to-do list together.
To-do list. We have an hour and a half to have fun time. That's it. And then we
Okay.
call people
Time's
out or
over.
something. I don't know.
Be fun now.
Yeah.
Be fun
It's on the
now.
schedule.
The
Yeah.
thing is, you guys you go, okay. And then you just do it. You like become inactive.
And how
like,
can we multitask the fun time with things that are actually productive? Like, maybe we
I
can
like it.
laundry going at the same time.
Oh,
Everyone
laundry is
grabs
the,
Yeah,
it's
totally.
the best add-on, easy add-on to all of my stuff that makes me feel like laundry. Thank you. Whether
Done.
I'm folding you in front of a TV or I'm just putting on another load while doing something else. It always helps me feel efficient.
Me too. I love the laundry add-on.
And I am so the opposite. Can you guys come over right now and do my laundry?
No, it doesn't work the same for other people's. It doesn't work the same.
But that's why me and Leah have to schedule
You
the
have to.
downtime, or we just burn out because we're just constantly getting to the list, and it's not healthy.
I have another question. So I actually realized I got to the point of the focused 4 list. I don't know if you guys got to that point.
I like the 4 from the book, but I might do some kind of a list that is less of a timeline list, just more of a figure out what gets you out of bed list. And then it'll be things that I want to use my 5 o'clock wake up time for, because like some things are finite, like I'll do it and then it'll be done. Right. And then I will work my way up to fitness, because that's one of the things I want to do, but that is so not going to get me out of bed if I start there. I need to already have like a really deeply ingrained get up at 5 habit, nothing left to do on my list. So then I'll start working out because I'm up anyway or something, you know?
Yeah, really work on setting up that pattern, the reward pattern, like feed your mind
with
that
reading
evidence
or whatever it
through
is.
effort. I get a reward through effort. Yeah, that'll be good.
Or
I
sign up for
that.
something crazy like a Spartan race.
Yeah,
That's
that
what I
work
did.
for me. I'll just go to it ill-equipped.
That reminds
that's
me.
what
I
would work
did.
for me,
I
but
signed
I
up for one a couple years ago, and I was literally like smoking a cigarette the morning of it.
It didn't go well. I would definitely go to one first and be like, it's fine.
That reminds me, Kim, of when, so we decided, we ran into each other. We hadn't seen each other for years, and we ran into each other at the gym. And we're at the same gym. And I was like, oh my God, you're at this gym too. Great. We should go together. And it got to the point where we never went. I would like drive to her house so we could drive together. And then we just hang out. And we're like, let's just order pizza instead and watch this movie. Or whatever. We just literally hung out. And
we would be like in the change room. And I'd be like, do you want to just leave? Like we'd be in the change room getting ready to enter the gym.
No.
And she'd be like, well, not really. And
are you sure we could just quickly do the class?
And I'm really bad.
She's like, let's just go in the hot tub and then go. And I'd be like, really?
That's what the sauna's for.
But and also we finally, and that was like,
we got kicked out though too.
Yeah,
right?
I think that was in high school. Yeah.
We finally got the class. And the class, we made a mistake and we went to like an advanced step class instead of the beginner or whatever.
They
we
were
got
not
the schedule
okay
right.
with beginners.
And we went into the class. We finally made it. We were there and we were doing it. And in like, I don't know, 10 minutes in, 15 minutes in, the instructor looks over at us. She's like, this is advanced class. You're not advanced. You need to leave. And we're
Wow.
like,
rude, right?
Usually they're so supportive.
That would not go over well in this day and age. This was like pre-political
can't do
correctness or
that.
something. They were like, fuck you. They got really complicated and it was like 50 steps up and down and spin around. And we were just like, we were lost. We couldn't do it. And they were like, you should leave. And we were like, okay, no problem. I was like, I told you we should have left, Sarah.
we literally never made it back. Like that was the
What
last
Sarah
straw.
doesn't know is Kim put them in advance on purpose because she wanted to pick out.
I knew the
Can you
I
imagine?
knew the
I'll
the
get us out of
teacher.
this gym.
I couldn't even motivate her, and I'm like, "This is on our to-do list. I'll drive you to the house and pick you up and drive
Totally.
you there." And she,
Yeah.
we were even there, and she'd be like,
Yeah.
"Let's just go."
Like, oh,
We made
Sarah's
it.
like crossroad of to do and people pleasing. Like her brain was like exploding. She was like, but we don't get. Maybe I could give it a half check because we were in the change room. Like,
Well, now we know which one wins with her. Obviously, the people pleasing wins over the to-do
Yeah.
list, which
Oh,
is
it
interesting.
totally did. Especially when I was younger, because we were like, I don't know, teenagers, right?
I'm a
We were
pretty
like,
persuasive asshole too. So
Yeah.
like,
If you've enjoyed these video highlights, listen to the full episode on our YouTube channel or wherever you get your podcasts. Remember to like and subscribe and ring that bell to be notified when new episodes are published. Find out more by going to www.bookinterrupted.com.
Book Interrupted.
never forget, every child matters.